Hey, last week I made a video on Kettling, a police response to protest ahead of the No King's Day protest, and it was an actual example of this in Los Angeles. We can look at the tape right here. I was in the hospital last week and I wasn't able to respond to this. I did want to show you an actual example of what it looks like. At first you can see the protesters relatively peaceful and relatively fine, there's no issues, and then the police begin to corral them in to a defined space, as is common in the Kettling tactic. It was later in the day when there were less protesters. The crowd is in a more defined space. As you can see, they're beginning to crowd them into a certain specific intersection. As you can see, tensions are beginning to rise as police are literally firing into the crowd indiscriminately, and they're beginning to rile up the situation. One of the things on Kettling is that it creates kind of like a boiling pot situation where tensions begin to flare. In this case, the tensions were created by the police to rile up the protesters and then also get their licks in when they could. And they were surrounded on all sides by police and even horses. Now the people are getting corralled in there. There's no escape. There's nowhere for them to leave. The reason why it's called Kettling is it reminds you of like a tea kettle. It just boils and boils and boils, and then steam, it pops off. And this is, as you can see, what the cops are beginning to do. They continue to push them back into defined areas where they can't really escape or go anywhere else. Hey, hello. So I saw a little bit further into the clip and I noticed in the background, but I just wanted to point it out more specifically for people who may have missed it in the chaos of the clip, which is how people miss the Kettling in real time when it's actually happening. See, there's a literal wall of police and they're continuing to move forward and to push them in. It's literally in progress, as you can see. And if you slow down, you can really make out the whole perimeter around the intersection, lining into the next city block and going all around them. And as the clip continues to go on, you can just see the continued action. There's all this open space behind them, but the protesters are defined to a very specific area. And then the cops are continuing to do their work to push them in, intimidate them back, as you can see in the later parts of the clip. And by this point, they're basically in
these horses do not want to be a part of this shit.
A generally specific area. The points of the cops have been made.
You fucking psycho!
I want to let the rest of the video play out so you can see what happens once that perimeter is established and how the police and the protesters respond to that situation once they're effectively closed in.
Fucking cocksucker! What the fuck is wrong with you?